Okay, so there's a couple of things that you need to have a successful cleaning business. Being successful in walkthroughs ranks, amongst the top, right? This is one of the most important things. In this video, I'm going to give you three things that you can start to use today to increase your close rate on these walkthroughs. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so if you're brand new to this industry or if you're about to get started into the industry, when I say walkthrough, what I mean is this. You have your company and you have another company, right? Business to business. The representative in the business that you're looking to service, you guys are going to come together. You're going to set up a meeting day, meeting time. You two will meet. They will walk you through the building that they're in charge of and give you the scope of work, and this is like the beginning step to going ahead and seeing if they're going to become your client. Once you go ahead and submit the proposal, you guys agree, now they're clients, right? So but before we even get to that point, there's a few different ways that you can get to be able to meet, right? Because that's the other problem that people have is how do we meet the people in these other industries? Well, there's a couple of different ways. You can do door knocking, right? You can go out, you can hang door hangers, pass out flyers. You can do Google My Business is a good one. You can go, do word of mouth. You can set up SEO, which is search engine optimization. All of those things take a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of money, especially when it comes to search engine optimization. You can also run Google ads. Those take a little bit of time as well, but those are all ways that you can go ahead and start to be able to get into the faces of decision makers and in hopes to close those. Another way that you can do that, I'll put the link in the description, that is through our appointment setting service. We will actually set the appointment for you. We do all of the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. All you'll have to do is show up, do the scope of work, and then present your offer to the client or to the prospect in hopes that they become a client, right? So that's that part of it. But once you actually get into the walkthrough, right, here goes the three things that you're going to want to have to do and become good at in order for you to increase your close rate. The number three thing is going to be knowledgeable. How knowledgeable are you? And can you articulate your knowledge in a way that the customer can easily understand and have confidence in what you're saying will be effective for them in their business, right? Let me give you a quick example. I went to an account, this was a while ago. Went to an account, did a walkthrough. One of the questions that I always ask is, what is your, what are some of your pet peeves? What are some of the problem areas that the current cleaning company is giving you, right? I always ask this question. I encourage, everyone to always ask this question because they're going to tell you, where their biggest pain points are. They told me their biggest pain points. The pain points were dusting, and sometimes, the countertops weren't clean, all of these different things, right? And this was in 2020, this was during COVID. So as they're telling me all of these things, I then went on, I let them talk, and then I said, okay, well, here's the issue, right? Obviously, there are the things that you can see, but the bigger issue are the things that you can't see, right? And I took one of the bottles that they had, the cleaners left bottles in the facility. I took one of the bottles, I turned it around, and I showed them what is the chemicals dwell time. Now, if you don't know what dwell time means, dwell time is, in every single chemical has this, but dwell time is the amount of time that any chemical has to sit on the surface in order for it to do what it says that it can do, right? Whatever the recommended amount of time. If it sits there for less than that, then it's not going to kill the germs that it's actually rated to kill. The customers didn't know that, but because I've been in the industry, I have experience, I was able to educate them based on this little thing to let them know, like, okay, this is the problem that you see, this is the problems that you don't see. Your place not only is it visibly not clean, it's not sanitized, it's not disinfected, none of the things, right? So essentially they're giving money away. I didn't have to tell them they're giving money away for the light bulb to go off and realize, like, wait a minute, we're really giving money away. Guys, we ended up getting that account. We still have it to this day. But this is an example of how being knowledgeable at a point where they don't have a vested interest in us, right? They weren't our client at the time, but I was able to go in, let them know, give them some valuable information, and it was easy for them to go ahead and make the decision. Coming in at number 2 is going to be flexibility, right? How flexible can you be with this customer? Now, we have our limits, right? We do have our limits. Like, let me give you an example. Like, we do not take on any more daytime accounts. They don't work for us. I just prefer not to do them. So we don't personally do daytime accounts. If you're brand new or if you're getting started, I'm not going to tell you not to take daytime accounts. It's just the way that our business is set up. We're not doing any daytime accounts. A customer may say, hey, can you come in once a month? No problem. We can come in once a month. Can you come in, bi-monthly? Sure, we can come in bi-monthly. Can you do, this in a refrigerator? Sure, we can do a refrigerator. We have no problems with that. It's just about being flexible and being as accommodating to the prospect at that point as you possibly can without making yourself uncomfortable. People love to work with people who are easy to work with. Being flexible and showing that you're flexible, especially in the beginning stages of a relationship that isn't fully cultivated yet, it's only good signs to show like, okay, they're being flexible with us. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Maybe one of their one of their problems with the current company that they have or that's currently servicing them, maybe they're not quite as flexible. But bringing your company in and you're already showing signs that you're flexible, you're listening, you're engaging with them, like all of these things definitely do help when it comes to raising your close rate on prospects and turning them into actual clients. Okay, so the number one thing, and this should never, ever, ever be overlooked, is how are you engaging with this customer, right? Or with the prospect. One of the lessons that I learned, I actually learned this from my cousin, my younger cousin. He taught me this, years ago. And, he's in the car business. He's been in the car business for a long time. He's always been really successful, way better salesman than me. But, he told me that his mentality, every time that he goes and meets someone new, he's like, man, I shake a hand, I make a friend. And I always remembered that. So as I took, that same type of, I took that information and applied it to what I do, right? So when I go and I meet with people, right, and this is actually a true story. This actually just happened, right? I go, I do a walkthrough, and my point of contact is Anastasia, right? That's her name, Anastasia. I come in, we shake hands, she shows me around, I'm doing all of the things, I'm letting her know, on problems that she's having, how we can fix them. They only want service once a month. I'm adjusting my schedule because, showing them that we're flexible. As we're on my way out, right, as she's leading me back to the door, I ask her, I say, hey, Anastasia, like, you have a real cool accent. Where are you from? So, she kind of stands up a little bit taller and she starts to smile a little bit and like, oh, okay, you notice my accent. Now you're curious about where I'm from. So she's telling me, where she's from, and I'm asking her about the food and the culture and the weather and all of the different things. And we're now engaging the way new friends would engage, right? It's no longer about business. We're now, having a really friendly conversation. And at the end of the conversation, she says, Marcus, I appreciate you for coming. Now she's, smiling from ear to ear. I appreciate you coming. I'm going to, tell my boss, because it wasn't her place of business. She worked for someone else. I'm going to tell my boss, that you came in. I'm really going to push for you to get here, or to service the account. Now, the thing is this, it's a small account. It's once a month. It's not very big. It won't be, insanely profitable for us. But that's not the point. The point is that I do these same things in every account that I actually go and I do walkthroughs in. I train my people to do the same things, right? Now, everyone, they're not going to do things the same exact way as I do them. Everyone, they're their own person. They're going to have their own strengths, their own weaknesses, all of those things. But these three things are they're key in being able to increase your close rate when you're dealing with these customers, especially dealing with strangers, period, right? These three things are actually going to help take you from where you are to where you need to be. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. Like I say, in the game of business, spectators are only going to watch. Hustlers get into the game so they can win. Guys, I'm always dropping jewels, but the only way to be in position to pick them up is you got to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.